Hello and welcome to From Babel to Books. I'm Cheryl Turner. I'm a retired speech language pathologist, and I'm here to help parents understand their children's language and speech development. Today, we're going to talk about the main reasons or main causes that I saw in my practice for children who were 12 to 18 months who weren't talking yet. There are many causes, and these are just a few, and I'm just picking the top ones that I saw. So, uh, if your child isn't talking, number one, you need to get them to a speech language pathologist for an actual assessment. But let me give you a few ideas, first of all. So, number one is one that we're going to actually discount because if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that you need to be talking to your baby. You need to be narrating what they're doing, talking about the things that they see, they smell, they touch, they do. So I'm assuming that you're already doing that. So we're going to take that one off the table. But what about one that you might not have thought about, which is hearing? Sometimes even a slight hearing loss can cause children to talk late. So if your child was born in North America in a hospital, they probably had a hearing test before they left the hospital. But sometimes, in the meantime, chronic, sometimes silent ear infections can cause children to have uh, mild to moderate losses, which don't really look like hearing losses because they might startle to loud sounds or turn when the door opens or notice that the dog is barking. But they might have a hearing loss that is enough to make them not be able to catch all the speech sounds. So number one, get your child's hearing tested. That's easy to do. Find an audiologist and get that done. All right, so moving on. Probably one of the most common issues that I saw was children who had what we call phonological disorders or phonological processing disorders. And that's where you don't hear, they're not hearing the sounds the way we hear them. We used to think that children developed sounds in an order, like first it was M and W and P and B and H and so on, and S were later. But now we know that children develop groups of sounds based on the features of those sounds. So, for example, some sounds continue, like S, the S sound, or Z, F, and V, Z, V. Those sounds continue, like SH, sh, or Z. There are a whole bunch of sounds that continue. And you might have noticed that some children don't continue those sounds. So instead of saying Sally saw the sun, they might say Tally taught a ton. So they're not picking up on all of the features of the sound. They're picking up on the fact that it's right at the front of the mouth. It makes kind of a sharp sound, but not the continuing feature. And that's the same. There's so many different features of sounds that if your child is doing that um, or having issues with processing the sounds, that might be a reason for them to be a late talker. Another reason might be that your child has a language or cognitive disability. So your child may not understand things. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Does your child follow directions? Can they give you objects? So looking for what they can understand or what they can't understand. And then finally, the last one would be social interactions. Does your child wave? Do they give you eye contact? Do they smile? Do they engage in back and forth play? Do they play with objects appropriately? Um, do they give you things? Do they just participate in sort of a turn-taking manner, in a social manner? And so it's those social skills that also can inhibit talking. If your child's experiencing any of those, or just if they're a late talker and you want to know if it's something to be concerned about, you should get them assessed. Now, I heard a lot of parents say, well, he doesn't talk because his sister talks for him, or he doesn't talk because he doesn't have to. He doesn't talk because we do all the talking at home. And while I've never personally seen that because I think almost all the children that have come to me that have been late talkers have had other issues. I'm not here to say that it couldn't be an issue, but if I were a parent, I would get it checked out because it's so easy in the early years to get things started. And you want to make sure that they're ready to go before they go to school. And sometimes it takes some time, even though, uh, like a phonological processing disorder is quite treatable, but you need time to do it. So go ahead, see your speech language pathologist, and make sure that your child is on the right track. I hope that was informative. Thank you for watching. Bye.